Cheers, mate. Who wants to start?
Hi, Liam.
Performance, maybe same state.
Yeah, the lads gave everything. Probably edged the game. Really disappointing that we lose marker from a corner. And then that from ourselves, and then some big decisions in the game had obviously a huge impact on the outcome of it. So if we do the decisions first, I thought we should have had 2 penalties, and it was a blatant foul on Santi Bueno in the build-up to their goal, second goal. I understand how difficult the job is of the officials, but in a big game like tonight, when there's not much in it, you need some of that to go your way, as well as the group to fight and give everything like they are. Some real big calls there that we didn't quite get to go our way, and then as I say, really disappointed with our part in the first goal, but potentially not even a corner either. I think it comes back off Wan-Bissaka. So a lot of things that went against us, but ultimately we've not quite found a way again to turn the game in our favour.
Well, said
and they've said that Bellegarde one was not a clear enough obvious error. What your reaction to those two?
I don't think Geds is outside the box. I've watched it. I haven't watched it since, and I haven't seen a real good angle. But the contact definitely continues into the box, really, definitely. And obviously, I'll review it and have an honest conversation with them. But once we've got over the decisions, which it's probably not clear and obvious, JJ's, but he is tripped up twice. So I would hope the on-field ref would give it, which is the same with the Guedes one. I think the on-field ref should give it. It's a blatant push in the back from Emerson, and then once you get the on-field decision in your favour, they then need to find some evidence to turn it back the other way. Whereas the way they just left it and didn't give fouls meant that we needed something clear and obvious for it to then go our way, which I knew we wouldn't get at that moment. Even though I think we should have. I think the Guedes one is and Emerson's also on a yellow card at that moment, so it would have been a big turning point in the game. But then obviously the more important thing than that to us is us. And the fact that the players are still 100% together, still giving absolutely everything, fighting for every moment. Really proud of what they produced tonight under a lot of scrutiny, a lot of pressure. A good away performance that shows that they're still fighting for me, still fighting for the fans, still fighting for their group, the teammates. And just disappointed for them, really, because they deserve something from the game and we didn't manage to get it.
On to teammates, then to Sean Derry. Have you spoken to Mario?
Yeah, Mario's calm now. He's obviously a passionate guy. Something that was said had upset him. And then the instincts of all of the staff and players was to try and make sure that he didn't get himself in trouble and that we had him available for Ipswich. And obviously he took a bit of calming down at that moment. That everything's fine now. Staff, players, everyone understands that things like that can happen, especially in the heat of the moment. And the group is 100% focused now on getting ready for Ipswich.
Just on we know how good Mario has been for this club since he arrived in January of 2023. But a moment like that, does that speak to the sort of over-emotional side of this group when it does go the wrong way? Because it's not a great look really for Mario as a captain to be doing that after a game. No,
and I'll tell you what it speaks of, the amount of pressure that the senior players are under at this moment because of the situation we find ourselves in, because a lot of them have come and spoke to me recently about the situation at the football club. It's been tough for them. The senior players trying to help the young ones that we've signed get up to speed, the position in the table. So everyone at the football club is under a lot of stress and pressure at this moment. And of course, when I watch it back, and I'm sure when Mario sees it back, there may be things that he would have done differently. But we know that everything Mario does comes from a place of wanting to do well for the football club. So yeah, it's one of those incidents that nobody likes to see, but they do happen in football. And as I say, it shows it shows that the team is still fighting and still together. And when Mario was in a tough moment, everyone was trying to make sure that he didn't overstep and he didn't get himself in any trouble. And we now move on to the next game.
Just finally for me, I think everyone, you'll be aware of the talk about yourself. Do you have any idea where this leaves you moving forward?
In the same place I was. I think I understand the noise and the scrutiny. But when I arrived at this football club, it had just achieved 39 points in the Premier League. Since then, we've managed to sell £200 million worth of talent. If you start at 39 and you take away £200 million worth of talent, there's a fair chance that it's going to be tough. So if anyone expected this to be easy, calm waters, just swim nicely along and everyone will be fine, we were tipped to be relegated by every pundit in the league, in the country pretty much last season. And we achieved some unbelievable things. More points, wins away at Stamford Bridge, at Tottenham, against Man City at home, Tottenham at home, on the brink of an FA Cup semi-final, with a group that had lost Neves, Moutinho, Traore, Jimenez, Costa, Nathan Collins, Daniel Podence, and hadn't signed any Premier League players at that moment. And then this summer we lose our captain in Max Kilman, and we lose Pedro Neto for a combined £100 million. And we sign a load of young lads that are going to be great for the football club in the future. So that is where the football club is. So I'm happy to be judged, and I will be judged on results and where I can get this team to, but it should be done in context. And I think what I'm really proud of, and whenever this journey ends with Wolves, I'll be proud of every moment that I've given to it, because to have the players as committed and together as they are, with the amount of tough results they've had and the amount of tough things they've had go against them, to still be able to come out and fight like that against West Ham away from home, shows the good work that he's done here every single day. So we need to improve, of course, and I'm sure when I sit with the people above me, the message will be we need to improve. And my message to them is, yeah, I know, and we're working every moment on trying to improve. So let's hope that we improve against Ipswich, and let's hope that maybe a few things go our way and we can put another win on the board. Okay.
Given all the things you've listed, Gary, and given the number of people who are giving you criticism now, how do you keep picking yourself up to go again?
I'm fine. I love these tough moments. I'm really disappointed that I seem to have lost the connection with the fans, and I understand them pointing the finger at me. Of course I do. I'm the one in charge, and I'm the one that's the team is suffering these results under. But that's my only real disappointment in this. I think the fact that they're still so behind the players is fantastic, because the players need them more than I do, of course. And I know that supporting a football club that is not winning football matches is tough. I know it is, but I can guarantee them that nobody is doing more for their football club than me. In every single moment, there is never a moment's doubt in whether I need to pick myself up or not. It's always, let's go. Let's get the lads ready. Let's make sure they're ready to fight. Let's make sure they're ready to give everything. And I spend my whole life doing that for the football club. So whenever it ends, like I say, I'll be unbelievably proud of the job that's been done here, because no one will understand the situation from outside, and why should they? But I know every little detail of what goes on and how hard everyone is working, including people above me, like Matt Hobbs, who gives an awful lot also to try and find a way to be creative in what we do. A self-sufficient Premier League club that has made a £140 million profit in the last 3 windows. If it was easy to do that, then the whole of the Premier League would be doing it. So there are some tough restrictions there, and everyone, including the players, the young players that are coming, the senior players that are trying to knit it all together, Matt Hobbs and the recruitment guys that are trying to make it work, are giving everything. And of course we come under criticism, because all anyone cares about is the fact that it ends 2-1, and the fact that it ended 4-0, and the fact that it ended 4-2. But I know better than that, and I know what these players are giving, and I know how much they want to do to help the fan base and to help the football club. And to the very last moment that I'm here, they're going to give everything for me. They're devastated in there again for me, because they know that it falls on me. They're devastated that they've not been able to put a win on the board for the supporters. But I love having to stand up in tough moments. You find out an awful lot about yourself and the people around you. when there is some negativity and some noise. And I love standing at the front, being in charge of that football team tonight, regardless of noise or songs or whatever it may be that is aimed at me. Really proud of a team that is willing to fight no matter what. Because at kickoff, they've just lost 4-0 at Everton, and they know the scrutiny that's on them, but they just go and give everything again. And they'll do the same against Ipswich. So looking forward to the weekend.
Can you just tell us what you're thinking about that? And what?
I didn't think Jose had his best couple of games, but he was injured today. So there would have been a decision to make, obviously, because of the nature of a couple of the goals we conceded. And to be fair to Jose, from when he got his place back from Sam, he did really well initially. But the last couple, not quite the same. So same as in every other position. There's a consideration, but Sar was injured for this game anyway with shoulder issue that meant that the decision was much more straightforward. I don't actually. I know that he was definitely not available. Tonight's game was a big game, so the only question really is Sar going to be fit for tomorrow? The answer was no. So we'll get back in the training ground tomorrow and find out where he's at and whether he'll be available for the Ipswich game or not.
Confident you get out of this, Gary?
I'm confident that we're going to give absolutely everything to get out of it. Yeah, I'm confident that we are, and I'm confident that the lads are going to find a way. There needs to be some more real honest chats this week around the set piece goal for starters, because the instruction given to them is really, really clear around marking Souček and how. But somehow we've managed to get it wrong again. So somewhere there's a breakdown, which basically turns the game, because West Ham are not causing us any problems and the crowd are starting to turn. And from that moment, I think we can really show something in the game. And like we did at Everton, we give away a really, really soft goal that changes the whole thing. So we have to improve that. But while I've got this group and while we have the togetherness and the fight that we have, always confident that we can find a way here.
Jake?
Gary, do you think you deserve the opportunity to turn things around, considering what we did last season and the overall performance tonight?
That's not my decision. What I think is, I know that I'm a much better coach than I was last year. I know I've learned an awful lot in that time. And I know that it takes a lot of work to get a team ready that's in a tough moment to perform like they did today. And we will lack quality at times. The lack of quality drove me mad a few times tonight when we got in good situations and messed up the final ball really badly. Those little bits make a big difference. You see Jared Bowen, when he gets his moment, top quality to come inside a player and bend it in the far corner. We didn't quite manage to find that. But yeah, all I can ask the group is to be the best version of themselves and be 100% committed to what we're trying to do, and they were again. So not my decision around how long I get, but I know that I can get the best out of this group. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.